come here, me little Jackie. Now I've smote me backy, have a bit of cracky till the boat comes in. Dance to the daddy, sing to the mummy. Dance to the daddy, to the mummy, sing. Thou shalt have a fishy on a little dishy. Thou shalt have a fishy when the boat comes in. Thou shalt have a fishy on a little dishy. Thou shalt have a fishy when the boat comes in.
Mrs. Thoburn, isn't it?
That's right.
Perhaps you remember me. You came to see me 3 weeks ago. I'm your son's headmaster.
Oh, yes, Mr. Ashton, I remember.
I wonder if I might have a word with you.
Hi. Keep me place for us, will you? Yes, sir?
Your son's been absent since the day you came to see me.
Suffers with his chest, you see, sir. He gets that many colds.
Cold? But it's 3 weeks, Mrs. Thoburn.
Well, there's a weakness there. There always was. Just like his father before him. First a cold, then the flu. Then it was pneumonia. And then it was the cemetery.
Mrs. Thoburn.
He suffered chronic, poor Thoburn. He could cough through a brick wall.
You asked me if your son could leave school, go to work.
Well, he's no hand at book learning now, Jimmy.
The law says he can't, not until he's 14.
The law's the law, Mr. Ashton. And we wouldn't want it any different now, would we?
So your Jim is not working now?
Flat on his back, Mr. Ashton. Coughing like a steam engine. God's honour.
I shall want to see him as soon as he's well.
Me word on that, Mr. Ashton. Thank you for inquiring. Jimmy! Yes, Mum? Watch where you're going, me bairn. Your headmaster's after you.
Oh, that's him now, Mr. Little.
Oh, thanks. What, Miss Laidlaw?
Mr. Ford is Mr. Little to see you. Oh. Yes.
Oh, what can I do for you, Stan?
Well, can't you guess?
Well, you wear that many hats. Which one is it today? Labour Party Secretary? Councillor? Miners' Union?
All three of them, Jack. It's Geordie Watson.
What about him?
We're the by-election, man.
Oh, Geordie's got my vote. You should know that. I've always been Labour.
Oh, want a bit more than your vote, Jack.
Go on.
Well, old Pinner was a rotten MD. This town's not so liberal anymore, you know, not now. It was you put paid to him, come to that. The day you and your mates hurled your medals at him. He never got over that.
Ah, that was a canny bit of gold. I was young and daft in them days.
Were you, Jack?
Let's have it.
Geordie could win, Jack. He's got the miners solid behind him.
Well, they would be. He was a pitman himself.
Aye, but the miners can't do it on their own. He needs the rest of them. He's got to get in. But they're lazy. They won't turn out. I mean, Geordie and me, we've got promises, a lot of promises, but why promises is no good. We want votes. Shipyard votes. We can't get them, but you can. Jack, I want you to speak for him.
Oh, I'm pretty busy, Stan.
Why, we're all busy, but why, you are a leader. I mean, like Geordie, you've got obligations.
I'm an expert, Stan. Industry's my game, not politics.
Why, I know, but why the lads will listen to you?
The lads will listen to anybody that tells them what they want to hear. I'm sorry, Stan. Give Geordie my regards and tell him I'll be voting for him.
I saw Mrs. Thoburn this morning.
Thoburn?
You remember she wanted to withdraw her son before his 14th birthday. That was 3 weeks ago. He hasn't been to school since.
What did she tell you?
That her son has a persistent cold.
Have you seen the doctor?
There was no mention of it.
I bet she's lying.
Well, of course she is. She does it rather well. Quite a stylist in her way.
You report the boy to the school board?
I must. But she was in a queue for the soup kitchen in Cobden Street.
I see. You think her son's working?
I'm afraid so. And her husband's dead. Better get back, I suppose.
Arthur? You know I'm on Geordie Watson's election committee.
I should. I hear of very little else.
Then you know I've got to put a poster up.
Not in my house.
Not yours, no. Ours.
I shall be late.
I mean what I say.
You always do, so this time I didn't want you to say anything. Bye.
Charlton. And Mason. Right, now then. 50 yards dash. Get your marks. Tape, you two.
Found us any athletes, Mr. Petty?
This lot. They're not even trying, Mr. Ashton. What they're going to be like on sports day, I shudder to think. This lot's rubbish. Rubbish! On your marks. Get set. Mason and Barrett. See what I mean, Mr. Ashton? The only good one we ever had was Jimmy Thorburn. If you ask me, Thorburns turned professional.
There's a Mrs. Burns and a Mrs. Ashton to see, Mr. Ford.
Well, show them in then. Oh, and you better make us some tea.
Yes, Mr. Ford.
Well, Mrs. Ashton. Mrs. Burns, is it?
That's right.
I'll take a seat, won't you? Now, ladies, what can I do for you?
It's about the election.
That's right.
Mrs. Burns and me, we've organised a women's committee to support George Watson.
I see. Come for a contribution, have you? Working men's never all that flush, are they, Mrs. Burns?
That's right.
All the same, the union better give you something. Got to keep our wives happy.
We didn't come for money.
What then?
We want you to address a few meetings.
Talk to a hall full of women, I'd be terrified.
Not just women, Mr. Ford. We don't believe in that.
What do you believe in them, Mrs. Ashton?
Men and women working together. Equal partners, that's what we believe in. Working for social justice.
That's right.
Would you want a man to speak to you?
We want an orator. Man or woman, doesn't matter.
That's what I am. An orator.
When you want to be, you know you are.
If you don't mind, Mrs. Ashton, I think I'd rather hear Mrs. Burns tell it.
We got to talking in the committee rooms. Geordie Watson's a good man. Talks well, means well.
Are we coming to the word but, Mrs. Burns?
Let her finish.
There's no fire there, Mr. Ford. The words don't lift you. Now, I've heard you speak.
Have you?
Ah, you have. A couple of years back, that would be. You went to prison for it. No offence meant, Mr. Ford.
None taken, Mrs. Burns. Go on.
You'd been helping a poor widow on her bends. The landlord was going to take her furniture because she hadn't paid her rent. Only you stepped in and took it first. Saved it for her. And there in court, you stood up and made a speech. And there we all were listening. And by the time you finished, we were all up on our feet and cheering. And neither the magistrates nor the bobbies could stop us.
And I went to prison.
Ah, you did. But you're out now and working for us again. Only we need to hear you, Mr. Ford. We need your words. If you don't,
I'm listening.
I don't think Geordie Watson will get in. He's never had your gift. I'm telling you straight. Now then.
Well, it'll take a bit of thinking about.
Will it?
It will. All these, Mrs. Burns, and more coming in every day. Men's wages, men's hours of work, men's injuries. It doesn't leave us much spare time.
Ah, you've always worked for your own. I know that. But
That word again?
we need Geordie Watson, Mr. Ford, just like we need you.
Well, I'll think about it, I promise you.
Just a few words. That's all we ask.
I wonder if I could have a word about your Billy, Mrs. Ashton.
Oh, if you don't mind, Minnie.
I'll wait outside.
Thank you, Mrs. Burns.
What about Billy?
Billy's all right.
Is he?
Just doesn't like doing what he's told, that's all. He's learning.
Then why do you want to talk about him?
I don't. Billy was just an excuse. What you up to, Jessie?
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, the Ford, that's what I'm talking about. Who put you up to it?
Up to what?
Asking me to speak.
You heard Minnie Burns.
Minnie, it would be.
But don't make fun of her. Just like she said. She heard you that time in court, and she's never forgotten. You're needed, Jack.
And it was just your committee said so.
Isn't that enough? All of us adoring women just pleading for a chance to hear this great big wonderful man.
Adoring? You?
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you had visitors.
I was just leaving, Mr. Headley. Well, what's your answer?
I'll let you know tomorrow. Thank you for asking.
I'm sorry, Jack, I didn't mean
Come
that.
off it, Matt. Not exactly courting, you know.
What's she after? There's another one outside, no?
Aye, Minnie Burns, the chairman of me supporters club. They're the Labour Party's Women's Committee. They want me to speak for Geordie Watson.
Well, they've left it a bit late, haven't they? They should have had you on weeks ago.
Think so?
I know so. I've knocked on a few doors myself, but you packed them in.
Good turn, man.
Well, you're a bit more than that when you want to be.
What about Dolly, Matt?
What about her?
Well, suppose I'm up there blathering away about the starving masses and the brotherhood of man. What about if some joker comes up and says, never mind preaching to us, comrade, just tell us where your wife is first? How am I going to handle that?
But none of our lot would do that.
Well, a Liberal would or a Tory. They want to get in and all, you know.
Aye, maybe. But you wouldn't cry off just for that.
They've gone.
Oh.
Well, leave it, leave it. There's another thing, Matt. You said yourself. I should have been doing this weeks ago. Why didn't they ask us?
You're thinking they're scared you might take Geordie Watson's place, but you can't, man. He's their candidate, official.
He is this time. But suppose I don't speak for him and he loses. You think I couldn't take his job off him? No. They've left it this late because I'm their only chance. They don't want us, but they've got to have us.
Mrs. Ashton said that?
No, not her. Stan Little.
Well, he came here north.
Aye.
What do you say?
He came empty-handed, Matt, and he left the same way.
He'll be along.
He's late.
War Jack's a professional man now, Stan. You won't catch him belting across the cobbles the minute the hooter blows. Professional men don't come running in with their tongues hanging out. They've got dignity, Stan. Decorum. Presence.
You don't like him much either, do you?
I don't like him at all, but I've got to have him. You didn't handle him right, Stan.
Well, I told him how things were. I said he was needed.
What did you offer him?
Offer him? Surely to God he wasn't expecting money.
Keep your voice down, can't you? There's more things he wants than money, Stan.
What?
How the hell do I know? That's what you were supposed to find out. See you at the polls?
I know what he wants. Your job, Mr. John Ford, MP.
Aye, well, if I get in, he can't have it, can he?
Hello, Mum.
Well, Bonnie lad,
Where's the little ones?
out thieving.
Got a grand deal for it.
Any luck?
Not bad. Get into a pallet off there.
Where in the world do you get them?
Well, the greengrocer was just getting his turnips delivered when I brought the meat in. Onions from Elm Avenue, carrots from Sycamore Crescent, a few here, a few there. Mount up, Mum.
It does that.
And this is for you. Daft wife and Sea Road, how you do?
Hey, Jimmy, me Ben. Oh, it's me birthday.
Yes to you, Bonnie lad. The mother couldn't wish for a better son.
And these are for us. Have you seen old Snaila again?
Who?
Well, last time, me headmaster, we call him Snaila.
What on earth for?
Because he never does.
By, that's a good one, that is. Him, Smiler. Hey, he doesn't reckon you've got a cold.
And I haven't neither.
Aye, and you won't have no butcher boy's job neither. Not if I have to send you back to school.
Gentlemen.
Oh, can I get you one, Jack?
That's very nice of you, Stan. Whiskey, please.
Oh, I hope I see you well, Jack.
Mustn't grumble. Yourself?
Busy?
Aye. Thanks, Stan. Well, good luck to you, Geordie.
Ah.
Matt Headley, not we?
No, he lets me out on my own these days, just now and again, like.
We wanted to have a talk with you, Jack.
We're talking.
Stan came around to ask you a favour.
For you?
That's right, for me. I need that favour, Jack. It's going to be a tight one.
Think so?
Oh, I know so. Tory will do now, but me and the Liberal. I'll need every vote that you can get for us.
That's off to Westminster, Geordie?
Why not? He's a good man.
The best.
Always been the champion of the working lads.
Aye, writing me speeches for me now, you stand?
You will speak then?
Oh, not so fast, money lad. I read your last speech in the papers. All about the miners.
As I said, the
not
working
a word
man.
about the shipyards. My poor lads didn't even get a membership.
That could be rectified.
It'll have to be.
Anything else?
2 of your women's committee came to see me today.
Well, I didn't send them.
Which 2?
Mrs. Burns and Mrs. Ashton.
We'll see.
Now, 2 C's the Geordie. Except I must be popular.
Jesse Ashton. Well, I'll be...
Stan, get him in again, will you? He's a good lad.
He'll never learn, will he?
He does his best.
I had a private in my platoon once, name of Hodge. Nice lad, well-meaning. He was doing his best when he threw a Mills bomb. He still managed to blow his own hand off with it.
Stan didn't mean anything, Jack.
He couldn't. He hasn't got the brains. Just shut him up.
All right. Me word on it.
I trust your word, Geordie. There's one more thing.
Getting to it at last, are we?
I think so. Matt Headley.
Your loyal assistant.
Why not? You've got one. I want a maid, a councillor, and a JP.
What?
Can you hear me? Do you want me to speak up?
No, for God's sake.
What's up, Geordie?
He wants his Mara Headley on the council.
And a JP, Geordie.
Why, you don't want much, do you?
Not as much as he wants.
Why, but be reasonable, man. I mean, it's not even as if there was a vacancy.
Isn't there? What about the Priestgate ward? I heard old Tommy Jackson was retiring.
You heard right, Jack. As usual. Even so, it's not as though I'm bound to get in.
Neither would Matt be. But I'll speak for him and all.
When you speak for me, you really try.
Oh, well.
You'll swear to that?
Your word's good enough for me, Jack.
Then you've got it.
Headley can have Priestgate ward.
Hey, now, wait a minute, Geordie. Wait a minute, son. That's up to me. I'm the party secretary.
Ah, you're Geordie's agent and all.
Oh, I don't like this. I mean, it's our movement we're talking about. You think we were swapping cigarette cards? Oh, all right.
Well, don't worry, Stan. You and Matt will get along fine.
Aye, but I cannot guarantee the JP, though.
I know that. There's a list. Just make sure that Matt's name is on it.
All right.
You'll swear to that?
The little uns is late. I hope the police hasn't got them.
Let's go now. Mum, I have to go back to school.
But we need your £5 a week.
If the school board man gets us, it could be the court. I could be put away, persistent offender.
Ooh. Well, it'll not be easy. Aye, all right. Well, you need a note. Now, I'm no scholar. You better write it yourself.
You know me writing? Eloise will do it.
Oh, she won't know what to say.
I'll tell her. I better fetch her.
What in the world is that? Oh, well, I suppose it'll burn lovely.
Burn? This lot came from the biscuit factory.
Hennies, that's marvellous. Hey, we might even sell some.
I'm off out, Mum.
Do you have to?
We're skinting at school tomorrow.
Well, be careful. I'll pray for your son.
Thank you.
Right. Where do I start?
Your own members.
No trouble there.
No?
Not if I ask them nicely. What else?
Meetings. Don't worry about the miners. It's the casuals I need now. Drill hole, Balaclava Street School, Marketplace, stuff like that.
How many?
All you can give me.
Tonight?
Tomorrow. It's the Labour Hall tonight. All the old stalwarts.
You won't need me then.
That's right. Tomorrow, the women's section's having a try in the Marketplace. Friday night, it'll be a good turnout.
I'll be there.
Well, that's it then. Okay, Geordie.
Quick one before you go, lads.
No, thanks. We've got some doors to knock on. Come on, son.
Sorry, mister.
Sorry. So you shot me, you stupid little...
What's your rush?
Yeah, I promised to be home earlier, see. My mum says she wants the canvas for Mr. Watson.
All right, son. Away you go. I think I'll live. Oh, he fair knocked the breath out of us. What's up? Me watch! The little buggers took me watch!
Day, Mr. Mitchell.
Good evening, my dear. You're rather late.
Where's Mrs. Charlton?
I sent her home.
Did she give the baby his bottle?
No, I did that. Everything's been attended to. We can have our row in peace.
You had no right, absolutely no right.
But I had, Jessie.
Making me a laughing stock.
Then there are two of us.
Don't be ridiculous.
Laughing stocks are always ridiculous.
Why should you think you're a... Because of Jack.
Because of Jack. Second best can't help but be ridiculous. If it's shown to be second best. I believe in my party too, you know.
King and country. The rich man in his castle, the poor man at his gate.
If you like.
You should remember how it goes on, Arthur. God made them high or lowly and ordered their estate. Estate means their station in life. It means if you're born poor, you stay poor.
Some of us, most of us, will always be poor. You and I, we're not in the rich man's castle, but we're not begging at his gate either. You should be grateful for that. It gives you the financial security you need.
For what?
To tear down the things I hold sacred.
Arthur, please. I'll beg you if you like. Please take down that poster.
You corrected me quite rightly today. I spoke of my house and you pointed out that it's ours. In our house, each of us is entitled to his or her political beliefs. So long as we both live in it.
Me? A councillor?
That's what they said.
But why, man?
Because they trust you, Matt. They need people they can trust.
Well, I never do run the town.
They run the union well enough when I was off. God almighty, man, them's eggs you're cooking, not boot leather.
Oh, I'm sick of bloody eggs.
Find a cook, then.
There you have.
Oh, aye. Now, why you went in the Bluebell tonight? Well, go ahead. Nobody's stopping you. Councillor.
Why not you, Jack?
Two reasons, Matt. You do a better job than me. It'll help you with the union.
Well, I'm doing all right.
You'll do better.
Better means your job.
You can do it. Matt, this cook of yours, how soon can she get here?
Oh, so we're back, Thorburn, are we? You can still run, I see.
Yes, sir.
Is your cold all better?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
School, attention! As you were. Standies up to sloppy. Attention! Right! Wait for it. Face the front. Right! Turn! By the left. Quick!
One moment, Mr. Barrett.
Face your front. Stand at ease.
This won't do at all. Most of your fathers were soldiers, serving in the war. As Mr. Purdy was, as I was. They fought for king and country. Lord Kitchener's very words. They were good soldiers, they were brave soldiers, and they were smart soldiers. And look at you. They'd be ashamed of you. Purvis with his mouth open. Jackson with his shoulders sagging. Turnbull? What is so fascinating about your feet, Turnbull? Answer, boy.
Nothing, sir.
Then stop looking at them. Now then, let's do it properly. School, attention. As you were. Attention. As you were. Attention. That's better. Now, right turn. By the left. Wait for it. By the left. Quick march. Thank you, Mr. Pettit. One moment, Thoburn.
Sir?
You've been absent for 3 weeks, I believe.
Got a note, sir.
A very persistent cold. And a very childish handwriting.
I didn't write it, honest, sir.
No, at your age you can do better than that, but you'll agree it's childish.
My mum never had much schooling, sir. If you like, I'll ask her to come up. She'll tell you she wrote it.
Oh, go away, Thoburn. And don't catch any more colds.
Yours faithfully, Area Secretary, etc. And I'd like that one straight away, please, Miss Laidlaw.
Yes, Mr. Ford. Morning, Mr. Headley.
Lady and Matt? Aye. Funny that. We live in the same house. You set off first and get here last.
How is Courtney?
Funny time for it, 9 in the morning.
She's a skivvy. All right, say it, same as Dolly.
No wrong with Skivvy and Matt, we both know that.
She's a good lass.
She'll need to be. To deserve you. Where does she work?
Sea Road. She's leaving.
All right.
Got the push.
What for?
Answering back.
Sounds like just the lass you're looking for.
You didn't say you'd enjoyed your lunch.
I didn't.
You ate it?
I was hungry.
You don't know what hunger is.
I know what 3-days-old stew is.
I am busy, you know that. I haven't got time.
For your husband, for your child.
When the election's over.
I never cheated you, did I, Jessie?
Well, of course not.
You know to a halfpenny how much I earn, and I've never played, what do you call it, keep me back.
Well, I know that.
In other words, I give everything. Can you honestly say the same?
I'd be a liar if I did. There's a whole town out there needs me, and you too, come to that.
We'll leave me out of this for the moment.
I love you, Arthur, and I love our son. But I can't just stand by and watch people suffer.
Ford does.
I'm not Jack. And neither are you.
Indeed not. Unfortunately. I'd better get back. Goodbye.
I told Jack.
Looks like you're telling me and all. What did you tell him?
That you were coming to cook for us.
And that's all.
So far. Well, I might have dropped a hint. Why not?
Mr. Ford was married to a skivvy and all, that's why not.
Mr. Ford was married to my sister. Oh, Jack. This is, Sarah Lytton, Mr. Ford.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Have a seat, won't you? Can I get you a drink?
I don't think
Oh, go on, a nice drop of port will do you good.
Well, maybe just a
You,
drop.
Matt?
Oh, I'll get them.
No. All in here. Not that we don't think you're front room company, Miss Lytton, only, Matt here said you were going to do some cooking.
That's what I'm here for.
Champion, what we're having?
Liver and onions.
Sounds like a dream come true, Miss Lytton.
You better taste it first.
Matt here tells me you're a parlour maid.
And he told you wrong, Mr. Ford. I'm a skivvy.
Slave more like.
All skivvies are slaves. I'm on my notice.
Oh, aye? What for?
Answering back.
Is that a fact? I'm a pretty fair-hand at that myself. Make mine underdone, will you, Miss Lytton?
Where you off to?
Front room, read over me speech. But I'll be fair, bonny lad. I'm the last one in the world to play gooseberry.
Russian things a bit, isn't he?
What did you make of him?
Scary.
Oh, that he's not.
I bet your sister thought so.
Aye, she did.
What sort of a fella should run off with? Do you mind us asking? I'm nosy, you see. Always was.
I don't mind. He was quiet, not very clever. Family sort of fella. Widower, left with a Ben.
Maybe your Dolly did right. And maybe it's none of my business. But I'll tell you one thing. If we're ever married, and mind you, I say if, he's not living with us.
But you will do the housekeeping. I mean, till we're wed, like.
If we're wed. I don't know. It doesn't seem right all alone in a house with two single fellas.
Well, it's not as if you live in.
I should think not, indeed. I'd be the talk of the place.
The baby's asleep. I'll be back in time for its next feed.
I'd better know where I can reach you, just in case there's an emergency.
It's an open-air meeting. The marketplace.
Is it public to spare for you?
Don't worry, I'm just introducing the speaker, that's all.
And who is the speaker?
Jack Ford.
Bye, that was grand. I haven't had a feed like that for I don't know how long. Thanks, Pet.
You're welcome, I'm sure.
What are you giving us tomorrow?
I haven't said I'll come tomorrow.
I'll leave Matt here to persuade you. He can give you a hand with the dishes and all.
There he won't.
Well, I'll better be off. Mind now, I'm trusting you.
He's got a nerve. I wouldn't trust him for a start.
Now, you'll know what to do. You sure? Right. Now, just a minute. Just a half a piece. And do the job you're being paid for. And after that, we'll celebrate. All right?
Away, lads. Away, neighbour. Come on, lad.
Mrs. Ashton.
Mr. Ford. Do you know Mrs. Russell?
How do you do? Mrs. Burns.
How do you? Well, I think we should make a start.
Any time, bonny lass.
Comrades, our speaker this evening needs no introduction from me.
I bet we're going to get one anyway.
Oh, you're there, are you? I didn't see you. What I should have said was, the speaker this evening needs no introduction to decent working men and women. I wasn't including liberals.
You tell her, missus.
No, I'll leave the speaker to do that. Comrades, I'll give you the organising secretary of the Fitters Union, Jack Ford.
Come to give us a present, have you?
I doubt if you'd fancy a taste of this, bonny lad. Aye. I see you know who I am. I'm a fella who knows what a hammer's for, and you know that and all. I used this very hammer to get a poor old widow's furniture back. Furniture that her landlord was going to sell for back rent. Until I took it off him and went to jail for it. Oh, aye. I'm a fella who knows what a hammer's for, all right. And I'll tell you what else I am. I'm a fella who knows what a vote is for. A vote is a weapon, friends. A weapon that can hit as hard as any hammer. And it's a weapon against the bosses and all. And I'll tell you what else it is. It's a weapon that some of you are too daft to use.
Who's this for? Oh, he lives at Lavender Avenue, number 17. How do you know? Clever dick. Because I delivered the groceries at his house. Clever dick. It ain't half a posh house. Posh way. No, not anymore. She left him. Did she? My God, but I'd be off.
Geordie Watson, the hammer of the buses!
You look comfortable.
I am.
I'm glad to see you're not one for Russian things, Mr. Headley.
I'm not. All the same, I think it's time you started calling us Matt.
It's our duty to vote. Our sacred duty. Not just for ourselves, but for our loved one.
How do you know your loved one left you?
You see, friends? You see what the bosses are?
I'm no boss.
Aren't you? Then you're even lower than a boss. You're a boss's man. I was married to a wife, and she was dear to me. And I'm not too proud to admit it, but God in his infinite wisdom decided that our happiness should end. She left me. I'm a man on his own now, except for the brotherhood of his union and the comradeship of the Labour Party. And maybe that's enough, but I'll tell you this, friends. Only a boss's man would mock a man's private grief. No, let him be, friends, let him be. Maybe he'll learn something. God knows he needs to.
And I said you weren't one for Russian things.
I'm not.
Now what?
Somebody upstairs.
Get away.
I'll tell you there is. You'll stay here.
That I won't.
You heard what I said.
Why, it's only a pain.
So I want to appeal to you, friends. No. I want more than that. I want a solemn promise from each and every one of you. I want you to swear. I want your Bible oath. I want you to tell me, as you hope for salvation, that you will do what I ask. I don't want idle promises. I want your sacred word. Now then, who's willing to give me that word? God's honour, that come what may, you will go to the polls and vote for Geordie Watson. If it rains, if it sleets, if it snows, if you've got to crawl, if you've got to get your friends to carry you. Now, who among you is willing to give me your sacred word? Not one. Oh, ye of little faith.
I will.
And me.
Me too.
I will.
God bless you, friends. God bless you.
You were great, Jack. Marvellous, even. But you weren't real.
You didn't ask for reality, Bonnie lass. You asked for votes. You've got 'em.
Yes, I should say thank you, and I do. All the same, I'm glad it's not your name on the ballot paper.
Never mind, thanks. You owe me 6 bob.
6 shillings? What for?
The first 6 hands that went up cost me a bob each. No, Geordie Watson shouldn't hear about bribery. It'll stand little out of a fit. This one's on the house, Mrs. Ashton. Oh, what's up?
Breaking and entering. That's what's up.
I saw you in the market a bit back, didn't I? What's your name, Bonnie lad? What'd you get?
A few bob off the dresser, packet of fags.
That's not bad for a night's work. Call the police.
Wait, he's only a band, Jack.
Why didn't you let him go then?
What's your money?
I see. What's your name? Suit yourself, I've got all night.
It's like a pin, like a bloody pin. What's it called?
When did you last see your father? Who got up you when you see yours?
I'm going to love with you, mister.
No.
Please, mister.
No.
I've got no.
Oh, Jack, for God's sake.
Shut up, Matt. Name and address and you can go.
James Thorburn, 144 Williamson Street. Mister, please.
Take him, Matt.
I'll take him.
So that's the way you went on a Murmansk, is it?
Murmansk, you have no idea, Matt. No idea at all. Go and fetch his dar.
What are you going to do?
Depends on his dar. Get him, Matt.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
Sit down and shut up or leave. You stand over here. Move yourself! By God, when I say jump, you jump. Now then, you and me's going to get the truth. And you can wet yourself all you want, Bonnie lad, because you're going to clean it all up afterwards anyway.
Doing that to a Ben. You should think shame.
Steady on, missus. He's a thief.
We're all thieves when we have to be. Did he have to be?
Me man's dead. Pneumonia. There's nought coming in.
See anything, Matt?
Bottle of gin empty.
I didn't buy it.
Thieved that for you and all, did he? You have got a loving son.
I know that, mister.
He mightn't be so loving if he goes to Borstal. He's had a good run, but it won't last. Lost his nerve already by the looks of him.
Thanks to you.
I don't want thanks, but maybe I deserve them. He tells me he can run.
Like a gazelle in the Bible.
And get him trained, missus. Powder Hall's a place for him.
Powder Hall?
Professional racing up in Edinburgh. There's money in it, missus.
Aye, there's fiddling and all. You and your Jimmy should do very canny. Take him home.
Go on.
I suppose I ought to thank you.
No, you're hungry. You had to eat, so you had to steal. But enough's enough. He's a good-looking lad. If he goes to Borstal, he'll come back a Nancy boy. Here, look at us, Bonnie lad. Your last bundle of swag. But you can't have the cigarettes. They're bad for your wind.
Decent of you to turn out.
You said I had to present the prizes.
Had to. Did I really say had to? Why aren't you canvassing?
No need. I think we're in, Arthur.
Good God. What on earth's he doing here?
Steady! Steady!
Like I said, missus, the lad's a flyer. Now, don't you forget, Powder Hall. And you be his manager.
smashing fella, isn't he, Mum? Mum, isn't he a smashing fella, I said?
You think so, do you? Aye, well, maybe you're right. I hope you don't end up like him, that's all.
Dance to the daddy, sing to the mommy, dance to the daddy, to the mommy, sing. Thou shalt have the fishy on a little dishy, thou shalt have the fishy when the boat comes in. Thou shalt have the fishy on a little dishy, thou shalt have a haddock when the boat comes in. Thou shalt have the fishy on a little dishy, thou shalt have a bloater when the boat comes in. Thou shalt have the fishy on a little dishy, thou shalt have the mackerel when the boat comes in. Thou shalt have the fishy on a little dishy, thou shalt have the salmon when the boat comes in.